For landscaping, there's a lot of fun parts, but most of your job is preparing the ground. Leveling, grading, irrigation. So by the time you're actually planting, it's like 95% of the job is done. I've learned to appreciate that process, the 95%, picking these weeds, shoveling and sweating in the sun and being exhausted after a hard day's work, but you know that in the long run, it's gonna be worth it. Morning, are you at Moss? Where are you at? I need to get your receipts. I work for a construction company, but I do a lot of jobs, accounting, landscaping. For me, I know I have an eye for gaps. I think it's very important when you see a problem to have a solution in your other hand when you submit it to someone. So started with landscaping, shoveling rocks, transitioned into being trusted with more things with landscaping. In that process, I started to notice my boss, Dusty, would sit in his truck for hours. Time card tracking, receipt tracking. Noticed he had piles of receipts in his car and using a pretty old laptop. And I said, hey, just want to offer that I can do this before work some mornings to help you out so you're not so stressed. So I saw that gap and offered help. I actually spent 7 years in Australia doing missions. So it's kind of been a fun transition going to the 9 to 5. I wasn't quite sure how relational people wanted to be in work, because people kind of go in work mode, you know. How do you build relationships over time and be intentional with the people you're around? And I don't know, just bigger perspective. Super organized. Thank you. With accounting, it can be monotonous because you're doing the same thing over and over again. But when I think of the people behind what I'm doing, it actually brings a lot of life to me. I didn't have any extra.
Already. There's the receipts.
I go to a lot of our subcontractors or suppliers and meet with their accounting people and get the receipts, get the tracking of accounts. And so relationally, I get to know people in the same field and encourage them and talk on their level. So why not build a relationship? For me, doing the mobile office is actually really important. I'm less hung up on other people's schedules. I can just go meet them. And then the relational side is it's kind of fun getting to meet people in their work environment. So meeting the guys at their projects and coming into their worlds instead of demanding they come into mine. So I don't know, it just leaves me tons more options relationally to connect with the people in my community. I'm not stuck in an office where I would be by myself as the sole office lady for the business. So I meet people out in their offices, wherever that is. I don't ever want to be a half-hearted person. If people see me weeding, I hope they see that I'm wholeheartedly weeding. You know, I'm not skipping some, or I'm not slacking on different accounting numbers. I want it to be something that marks my life. We're put in different communities, different work environments, different families, and it's going to look different for all of us. There's a story about Jonathan when he was fighting the Philistines, and it was him and his armor bearer, the guy carrying his sword and shield. And they had a decision to make, are we going to move forward with what God's called us to do, or are we going to, fall back, basically? And the armor bearer's response is, heart and soul, I'm with you. It's a mindset. If Jonathan and his armor bearer didn't have that mindset, I don't think they would have won. It's like this, I'm leaving everything on the table and it's worth it to me. My heart's in it. My soul's in it. I'm gonna be there as much as I can be there as a little human on this planet.